Hey, it's me, and this is my channel. When I was young, I used to watch these nature shows, and they would always talk about these flying squirrels that could apparently fly up to 100 meters through the air. And I remember thinking, well, that sounds pretty cool, but it doesn't sound quite right. It sounds more like gliding to me. To me, flying implies flapping wings and powered flight and all that, which I never saw any flying squirrel do. And so when I was old enough to learn how to Google stuff, I Googled it and found out that flying squirrels are actually just squirrels and they do and actually fly, which was kind of disappointing. But then recently I made a video about how bats can fly backwards, and a bunch of people in the comments were like, actually flying squirrels can do that too. So I figured if I'm going to talk about how flying squirrels aren't really flying, I should probably find out if they can actually fly before saying anything definitive. So I read some papers and talked to an expert to find out whether or not flying squirrels can actually fly. A paper called The Biomechanics of Gliding and Flying Squirrels by Emily Arbuck and Kenneth Dial looked at the anatomy and the physiology of flying squirrels. A flying squirrel falls into a group of squirrels called the Squirrelidae family, which also includes tree squirrels and marmots. The authors of the study noted that flying squirrels have several anatomical features that are consistent with other good gliders, like a relatively large skirt surface area to volume ratio, a high degree of flexibility in their spine and limbs, and of course that big bushy tail. That tail makes up almost half of their total body length, which gives them a lot of surface area to play around with when it comes to steering themselves through the air. Flying squirrels also have this membrane of skin between their limbs. It's called a patagium that acts like a wingsuit to increase their drag and help them steer. Together, all these features allow flying squirrels to glide long distances. In the study, the authors estimated that flying squirrels can cover roughly 100 meters horizontally from a 30-meter high tree. But here's the thing, there's no evidence that flying squirrels can actually fly. Flying squirrels cannot flap their limbs or orient their limbs in ways that would generate lift or thrust to propel them through the air. Instead, flying squirrels rely on gravity to pull them down, and then they use their limbs and their tails to steer and control their descent. They also can't hover or fly backwards. They're at the mercy of whatever currents happen to be around when they jump. So I stand by my original hot take that flying squirrels don't really fly. But after learning more about their anatomy and biomechanics, I've softened my stance a little bit. I now believe that flying squirrels are kind of like the Tony Stark of the squirrel world. Like Tony Stark, flying squirrels rely on technology to enhance their abilities. But unlike Tony Stark, the technology came first for flying squirrels. Their evolutionary history goes back about 55 million years, which means that they've had a lot more time to perfect their flying squirrel suits. We could all do with a little bit more time to perfect our own flying squirrel suits. So perhaps the real flying squirrels were the friends we made along the way. If you liked this episode, you can leave a like down below. If you didn't like this episode, you can leave a dislike. Check out our other videos. Comment below with video suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.